I'm just a dumb redhead ginger. You better run. I want your soul. I'm just a pale freckled ginger. I came from hell. My blood is cold.
Oh, the grand old Duke of Sussex. He could have had any woman he picked. He ended up marrying a manipulative and now he's just a prick. Welcome back to the YouTube channel, Just Jake. Do me a favour before we go carry on with the video. Hit the subscribe button, like the video, share the video. I don't, just anything really, because that's what the YouTube algorithm wants. And I've just finished watching Whiter Than Black's Meghan. I've just finished watching Whiter Than Black Meghan Sparkle's and Prisoner Harry's Netflix documentary. My initial thoughts on it are, what a pair of tossers. We get it, you didn't like the royal family, but to stab your family in the back over and over and over and over again. The actual documentary didn't offer anything new, and it certainly didn't offer any corroboration on her previous claims. It is very clear here that Prisoner Harry, who he even admits it himself in the documentary, how did a ginger woman get a woman like this? Now, the question I would have asked myself here is, I'm ginger, what the hell does this woman see in me? Clearly she was after something. It's just constant lies. I've done another video on Meghan and Harry's biggest lies. If you want to click the card, take a look. It's very clear to see where Meghan Sparkle gets her manipulative, narcissistic nature from. Her mother is very prominent during the documentary, and I just didn't know. I just didn't know how she was feeling. I didn't know it was that hard for her. Hard? Bloody hell, mate. She married into a rich institution. She married a prince. Although he looks like a bloody frog. She married a prince. She got a free house. Just wave every now and again, and your life's paid for. What I think's happened here, Prisoner Harry, throughout the entire documentary, was going, oh, the press are intruding. Now, I do agree with them on this point. The press have always been very intruding. We've had the phone hacking scandal. We've had everything. Time and time again proving that the press are vulturistic. Harry been part of the royal family for many years. Yeah, he had his bollocks out in Las Vegas. Snap. He dressed as a Nazi. A Nazi, Hellführer, Nazi. And now he's got a problem against race and Brexit and the press. Bloody hell, mate. This happens to every man. Not to this extent, but it happens, yeah. The woman gets her claws in. Yeah. And he's not Harry anymore. He's not Prince Harry, he's Prisoner Harry. You should have realised when you married a woman like this, something was wrong. Single people at that age are psychos. All the nice ones have been taken already. Throughout the documentary, they go on about race, about Brexit, the pandemics in very small amounts, the Oprah Winfrey interview, and Meghan, quite frankly, did a very rude, disgusting video, in my opinion, about when she first met the Queen that she had to curtsy. Now, here's a video of her curtsying on her show Suits. You may not have watched it, because not a lot of people have. And despite her claims as an accomplished actress, she was probably anything but. So, here's a clip of her curtsying. This is her saying that she had to learn how to curtsy in the car on the way to meeting the Queen, which was disgusting as well. Have a look at this.
Understand this. We have medieval times, dinner and tournament. It was like that. Like I curtsied as though I was like... Pleasure to meet you, Your Majesty. Like, was that okay?
Now, when I first watched this, I was furious. How dare you disrespect our late Queen? Now, that's another thing. I don't think they realised that the Queen dying would crash all hopes of them having a critically acclaimed documentary. It's got under 5 stars out of 10 on IMDb. The reviews are scandalous. Most of them 1-star reviews, and quite deservedly so. They are just milking the royal family and their titles, which I think should be taken away from them. for all that it's worth. They're like, oh, hey Meg, our security being taken away. Oh my God, Harry, we've got to do something. Is there anything you can do? No, actually, I don't actually have any qualifications. I know, but Harry, we've got to think, we've got to get jobs. We've got to get jobs if we want to carry on living like this. No, don't worry. Their friend, who they'd never met, Tyler Perry, gave them a house. Oh, those poor people. They had to get a friend to give them a house. What bollocks! Their idea of hardship is not having a nanny on hand. They're like, oh, we're all about equality and fairness for all. Yet they've got a black nanny looking after a white kid. A black nanny looking after a white kid. Yeah. They go on about how the royal family are basically institutionally racist, about how Britain is racist. Yet the Queen herself has done more for black people in 70 years on the throne as head of the Commonwealth than they've ever done in their lives. A few years of whinging about the royal family, about which we all know how it's gone. We're British, we all know how it works and how it runs. Like, oh, they've got their own royal press rotas, yeah? So they can choose who they want. So is everybody else. So is politicians, so is rich people. It's how the world works. They just don't like it because they were out of favour. Mainly because Meghan's a bitch. They are up against an institution which, for all of its flaws, not mentioning any tunnels, are symbolic of British culture. And basically, Meghan Markle and prisoner Harry, bless him, his face when she did that curtsy says it all. Says it all. But they are going up against an institution that is monolithic. Yeah? It's huge compared to their tiny little whinging minds. And this is my honest opinion. I think, give it a few years, when they've done their documentaries, they've made their money, they are going to be irrelevant. Everyone's already getting tired of hearing them. They're liars. They've got nothing to sell. They claim, it's like, oh, Williams just sent me a really nasty message. What did he say, babe? I'm not telling you. They offered no real evidence for their claims. Harry says that he's got a nasty message from his brother. He said that Prince William shouted at him when they had that meeting at Sandringham to talk about their exit from the royal family. Any conversation? Any little snippets of dialogue for his audience members? No! Because they've got nothing. And her mum just eggs her on. It's like, oh my God, Meg, you've got to do it. Yeah? And when they said, oh, our mum's leaving us now, oh my God, we're going to have to get a nanny. That's what they're going to have to get a nanny. They got a nanny. Went from living on Vancouver Island during the Brexit splitting up period. Then the paparazzi found them. Yeah. And then they moved to Tyler Perry's house for free. Yeah. Tyler Perry's like, hey guys, you want a house? Yeah. Who is this? Exactly. Who is it? They don't even know the guy. You just gave him a house for free. Bless them. And then they moved to Santa Barbara and now live next to Oprah. I wonder how she got that interview. They are worse than the royal family. The royal family may have their own royal rota of press, but they're selling themselves and their family and throwing the royal family under the bus for a few million quid on Netflix. What's worse? Tell me what you think of the Netflix documentary. I had to put myself through it and it was excruciating. Tell me what you think. Thank you for watching the video. Goodbye.